Okay, here we go. The important role surplus money plays in Florida tax deed investment. Now, I'm hoping that maybe some of you guys have invested in tax deeds before. What was your ideas for the surplus money? How did you use that money to your advantage? How did you use that money to get what you needed? And we're going to go ahead and we're going to explore that in this video today. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, what is surplus money? Surplus money are the funds that are left over after all the required money has been taken by the party that initiated the action. For example, we have a tax certificate holder who makes application for a tax deed. He ends up having to pay all the other outstanding tax certificates, pay the cost to the clerk and things of that nature. And whatever that money that they have to pay totals up to, that's the opening bid. So if the tax deed applicant had to pay $20,000 to bring this property to sale, that's the opening bid, $20,000. So the opening bid is $20,000. It gets bid up to, let's say, $80,000. So if it gets bid up to $80,000, that means there's the difference between 20 and 80 is $60,000. So $60,000 in this case would be the surplus funds. $60,000 is the surplus. Now, why is surplus money important? Surplus money, it's better off in your pocket than anybody else's. That's why it's important. And if there's a way that you can figure out that you could use the surplus money to your advantage and get some of it, I think it would be a nice idea, don't you? Okay, so who's entitled to the surplus money? Who's entitled to recover it? Lien holders of record. That would be mortgagees, properly recorded final judgments, HOA condo dues and fees and things of that nature. Any other lien holder that we can name or show up on the property title report. And then the property owner. So the owner's last. I know the owner comes in last. All those other lien holders of record have priority claim status. But let's see if we can figure out a way around it. Learn to leverage surplus money to get what you need. What do you need? You need more money. If you can get some of that surplus and add it back into your bid amount, that means you're going to get a discount at the sale. That's a great thing. You're going to get a refund. That's another good news. You can call it whatever you want, but some of that money, if you can get it, it's a good place to be in your pocket. Now, what else do I need? I have a property that's occupied by the owner, and the one thing in the world that they want is to stay in that house longer. So I would like to be able to provide that for them. Now, it's true, I own the tax deed. I'm entitled to immediate occupancy and possession once that deed is issued. But it's not always an easy task, and money is a good way to speak to the homeowner in terms of money, cash. So I need to be able to let them stay in the house a little bit longer, but there's some caveats. Let's go ahead and get into this. Why I always clear title with a lawsuit whenever there's a surplus. The reason I always file a lawsuit is because in the body of the lawsuit, I'm going to ask my lawyer to do a few things. One is he's going to name and serve all the other parties that are listed on the title search. So we're going to try to remove or default out all other potential claimants. Because in a lawsuit, you have 20 days to answer it. If you don't answer it, you get defaulted out. Most mortgagees are going to see a quiet title lawsuit and they're not even going to defend it because there's really no defense to a quiet title lawsuit. It's just a procedural item that has to take place in order to be able to sell the property. So a mortgagee is rarely going to defend a quiet title lawsuit. Well, in that body of the complaint, I'm going to ask, well, later on in the suit, really, I'm going to ask my attorney to ask the judge to determine that the homeowner is entitled to the surplus, barring all those other claimants that we had on the previous page. They're going to be defaulted out or removed one way or another. And I'm going to ask the judge to order that my homeowner, who's last on that list, is entitled to the surplus. Okay, good. So what do we got so far? We've got all the other claimants gone. We've got the judge that says, okay, the homeowner's entitled to the surplus. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the court to deliver the surplus funds to my lawyer. Now, the reason for that is really twofold. One, if I have the money delivered to the homeowner, they're going to run off and they're not going to give me my share. That's what's going to happen invariably. They're not going to be able to resist. And if it's with my attorney's an officer of the court, he's going to disperse the money based on the agreement that I have with the homeowner. And here's how that pitch goes. I knock on the door after I get the tax deed, and I say, yeah, Mr. Homeowner, I just got the tax deed to your property, and I'd like to work something out with you. You're entitled to a share of the surplus. I can give you 50% of the surplus, and I'll let you stay in the house for an extra 60 days without paying me anything. So you see what I'm doing is I'm leveraging the surplus with the homeowner's ability to make the claim, allowing them to stay in the house longer. Now you say, Rich, why are you only giving them half? Well, I have to get some of the money. I have to get some of the money because I'm in control of their occupancy. I can make it faster or slower. So if you give me half, I'll let you stay longer. And you say, Rich, why do I have to have an agreement with the homeowner? Can't you make a claim yourself? No. I have no standing to make a claim. Not in this instance that we're talking about. And we can get into other ways and other things I can do to make a claim in that surplus. And a lot of it would involve taking assignment of one of the other lien holders, be it the mortgagee, the HOA lien, stuff like that. And I've done all that before. And it works wonderfully. However, this is the best way when there's someone in the house. You got to offer them money and more time, and they'll sign my surplus agreement, allowing me to take half the money. So in our example, I think we had what? A $60,000 surplus? They get half, I get half. So now what's happened is I bid whatever I bid for the house, but I'm going to get $30,000 back. So I'm going to really buy this tax deed at a discount. I'm going to get a refund simply because I know how to work the surplus with the homeowner. I don't think that you've heard this from anybody else before that talks about tax deeds. As far as I know, I'm the only one that does it, and others that do it don't want to teach you how to do it. And I don't mind. Anyways, here's my contact information. As you may or may not know, I have a brand new tax deed investor class that I offered starting October 1st. The special pricing expires on November 1st. I'll have a link somewhere in this, whether it's a YouTube video or an email or something. There'll be a link to the course that you can take a look at if you're interested in more. I've got a lot more under my hat. Not today, but I have a lot more under my hat regarding tax deeds. So I hope to hear from you soon, and thank you again.